How are you
How
doing?
you doing?
Okay,
I think that works.
that was better.
Probably.
Probably.
Hopefully.
Yeah,
Theoretically. I can't speak.
theoretically. Okay. Anyway, hey, what's up, people? I still don't really know my own intros, honestly, but we're doing another Seen It video. Oh, which I haven't done one of these in a year now since Dead Reckoning, Mission Impossible. So, really wanted to do one of these for a while, and we're finally getting to it. We got a good movie to talk about. Out being, of course, Deadpool and Wolverine. So, of course, I'm Captain Vader. That's my nickname, and you guys can introduce yourselves.
Andy Rather at your service.
This is a busty toast at your service. That was stupid.
I'll take it. Okay. Yep. So, Deadpool.
We're all fools here.
Yep, we all just got back from seeing Deadpool Wolverine in IMAX, which don't know if it was necessary in IMAX, but oh well, I'll take it.
How dare you? It was epic in IMAX.
Okay, whatever you say. Yeah.
Well, excuse me.
Yeah.
Do you
I
have
have you know.
something you want to say, boy?
I don't know. Okay. I mean, I guess broad strokes. What did you guys think of this movie?
Well, when you're putting it like that, I would say it was terrible. I'm kidding. Yeah, honestly, yeah, what a twist. Honestly, with me, I really did enjoy the movie. I had a lot of fun with it. With this movie, it was kind of like a roller coaster of emotions. Really.
Yeah.
I really loved it, man. Like
You
I
can't
just
go wrong.
like I watched Deadpool 2 yesterday for the first time, and just watching this was probably the best thing ever. Like broad strokes, really. Like I already mentioned this to you too, but it really does feel both like a love letter and a middle finger to Fox.
Literally, though. Oh yeah, I was thinking too. Like, No Way Home was the same thing for Sony, and now we're doing the same thing for Fox with this.
Yeah, except the Sony one really more felt like a love letter to just the two Spider-Mans and not just like Sony as a company and how they handled their characters. This was just basically like, oh, we love what they did with the characters of the past, but also screw you for doing what you did to freaking Human Torch.
Yeah, that's true.
True.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
it could have been worse though.
Yep. So I guess, I mean, I don't know. I hope we have enough storage, but I kind of want to go through the movie itself and see what we're like, sort of in chronological order. So many things to talk about, of course, and of course, to start with, you have well, I guess as there's that announcement I want to start with back then where they announced, hey, Hugh Jackman's coming back as Wolverine, and already that was like, oh really? Like, that was cool.
Right.
Well, one thing I'm thinking back to that now, where they talked about like, hey, how is Logan back after he died? And they're like, oh, this is gonna take place before that. I don't think that really mattered because it ended up being a multiversal variant instead, so it didn't really matter that it took place before Logan. But
I think that was just to get people confused, just so we would go like, wait, this doesn't make sense.
Right.
So movie starts. Deadpool tries digging up Logan's grave and ends up pulling out his adamantium skeleton. Yep.
And then uses said adamantium skeleton to beat a bunch of TVA soldiers while dancing to N6 freaking like, I don't know the song's name, but it's like
I
do
think
you know
it's
the song?
Bye.
Yeah, Bye Bye or something like that. And it is, I will say that was the best. Yeah,
Yes.
that entire sequence, I will say, is the best in the movie. Like, the best fight sequence. I will stand that ground.
Yeah. One weird thing I thought was, you remember in the other two movies, Deadpool movies, the credits where they would kind of like do a parody of that, like
just
it's
mocking everyone involved, like
it's like starring God's perfect idiot, a moody teenager, a gratuitous cameo and stuff, or like the second one where they were like, wait, she's dead, like directed by the guy who killed John Wick's dog or something. And
as well as like written by the guys that think they're the real heroes.
Yeah. Whereas this one is just normal credits. I thought that was a little weird, but okay.
Probably they couldn't mock Disney. They would get sued.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Or just mocking the mouse.
I mean, they still had Deadpool mocking them for dragging Wolverine in this until he's 90.
Right.
You'll be doing this till you're 90.
Yeah. So then we have, as every Deadpool film goes, of course, we flash back to before, everything leading up to that. You have, he goes to the MCU, is like, I want to be an Avenger. They're like, no. Like, he has this whole thing in the movie where he really wants to matter. And I'm like, yeah, okay. I think it works for him. And
in his own sense, basically.
Had the whole conversation
end up in that universe.
I'm not sure, but I mean, then again, I thought about this, like the time travel device. He was able to travel to an alternate universe where that other Deadpool existed, so maybe it's a multiverse thing too. That's my best guess.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Had a whole conversation with Happy, and
which I thought was kind of cool. Him coming back for a little guest appearance.
Yeah. Then jumps ahead. He's all sad. Like, well, he's not sad, but not as happy as he wants to be, I guess I should say. Where he's cussing in front of kids and
at his job.
At his job as a cars dealersman. But one thing I was thinking too, he broke up with Vanessa, and I'm like, really? I don't know why we're doing that, but okay.
I guess they gotta try to make it interesting with his love life. So,
yeah.
My best guess is that because he didn't think he mattered, like he reverted back to when he had cancer and first want to just decide to leave her.
Sure.
But on better terms than when he had cancer.
Yeah. Really cool seeing basically the entire cast of the other Deadpool movies at his birthday party. TVA pops up, pegging joke like in the trailer. Which that's one of those jokes where I feel like if I didn't see it in the trailer, I would have laughed a lot harder, but oh well. And so he goes to the TVA, and well, they bring him to the TVA where he meets Mr. Paradox, and I do like how much of it lines up with Loki. Like, I was kind of thinking, how are they gonna? Because they stopped pruning after Loki season 2. Like, they were kind of letting the universes flow. Oh, and that was nice. And they introduced a new concept about the multiverse. The whole thing where a universe will just die on its own, basically, if something significant happens. In this case, Logan dying, I guess, is causing that. So,
which is weird, but at the same, which is weird to think about. But
I mean, when you think about it, this is basically saying that Wolverine, it was the anchor that held the Fox universe together,
which I'm perfectly fine with, because he has been in like most of the movies. Like
nobody else didn't get their movie or anything. So
he popped up in 3 solo movies. So yep. So then what else happens? Well, of course you have the Marvel Jesus joke, which I didn't think that would be a running gag, but it is.
Yeah.
And
then Deadpool breaks Paradox's nose and goes looking for Logan.
Yeah.
Where we finally get a comic accurate size Wolverine.
That too, yeah.
Yeah, that was honestly the whole montage of him trying to look for a Wolverine was kind of funny, especially with all the ones that he was trying to look for.
Literally.
And now And now I actually want to see Henry Cavill play
Oh my
Wolverine in
gosh.
more films.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh my gosh, that was great. I just didn't expect to see Henry Cavill in there. Yeah.
What's annoying about that though was that I saw a comment. I was like, hey, "Oh, Henry Cavill's in it." I'm like, "Dang it!" But
Yeah.
I mean,
It's hard to
it
keep
could have.
away from
Yeah.
spoilers, yeah.
Right.
So then he of course finds the quote unquote worst Wolverine. Right. I'm trying to remember. Um they explained that he left the X-Men and didn't come back and they all died. So I guess that's the terrible sin he committed, and that's it. So I mean, I guess I could buy that. Because like the other Wolverines would care a lot more about them. Like he's in love with Jean, but I guess he isn't in this. And then they both end up getting teleported to what's it called? The end of time, the void.
The Void.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
that we saw in Loki.
Yeah.
Giant Fox logo. Pretty darn cool fight between them.
Right, and especially with him like during that whole fight, and once he gets tossed and everything, he disses on 20th Century Fox
Yep.
that he gets thrown into.
Yep.
Yeah.
All the
Speaking
other.
of that, like, I'm gonna say the best joke was also the moment where, like, in Deadpool's in the TVA and it's just like, good starts the camera's like, screw you, Fox, I'm with Disney.
Oh yeah, with it grabs the camera.
Grabs the
Yeah,
camera
and
and
even
the,
microphone. He's like, I'm with Disney, boys.
Yeah, that was funny.
yeah, a lot of his fourth wall breakings were
Again,
funny.
Again, going back to the basically a middle finger to Fox.
Yeah, and then of course, the other bunch of other characters pop up. Chris Evans finally comes back as Human Torch, which fun. Okay, you mentioned being spoiled. I saw a brief YouTube like thumbnail that showed Chris Evans and Deadpool, and I was like, shoot! So
No.
I see him in there, and I think, oh, it's just gonna be Chris Evans, just kind of cameoing as himself. Then he turns into Human Torch, and I'm like, oh no! I didn't get spoiled, so that was really fun.
Right.
Like,
Right, but like even all of us were like thinking, wait, is he returning as Cap? But then again, he's old, so that's not Cap. And then once he was trying to tease, he's gonna say Avengers Assemble. He's like, flame on.
and it's like, oh.
It's also nice seeing Sabretooth and Toad, like the original guys playing.
Yeah, a bunch of other.
Right.
Yeah.
There's probably a lot more cameos I didn't recognize.
Oh, yeah, Sabretooth
Right.
had that intentionally underwhelming fight where he's decapitated immediately. I feel like that might be that middle finger because nobody really cared for that Sabretooth.
Compared to the other one.
Like the Sabretooth and Origins Wolverine was a lot more fun. So
Right. I feel like honestly, if they were able to bring back that version of Sabretooth, I actually wonder how good that fight would have been instead of just a one-off.
yeah, I hope they bring him back. Honestly,
that's if his actor's willing to do it again.
Yeah. Toads was in there. Pyro was in there.
Yeah, Pyro
had a whole story arc of his own. Who else was there? Oh,
we got this.
Azazel from First Class. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and then Juggernaut from X-Men 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of expecting him to say the meme line, but I guess he kind of already did that in Last Stand. So.
Yeah.
So then
Who else? Obviously, X-23 came back and everything.
We'll get to that later.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So they go so they go to the place where the giant Ant-Man skull is. Got the Paul Rudd joke in there, of course.
Right.
Yeah.
He finally aged.
Yeah. And
Aged a little too much.
and to meet up with Cassandra Nova, they say is Xavier's twin sister.
Hold on.
I thought she was kind of interesting. What are you
She
doing?
definitely was.
Like her whole
I don't know,
power
what are you
too. Her whole power is where she like puts her hand into people's heads and you see her fingers sticking out.
Yeah, that was.
Oh, she is an
Yeah.
actual character.
Huh.
Yeah, she's not. I was to say I would. She's not an original. She's an actual villain.
Yeah.
Most of these characters are.
I
She's
was
all.
Yeah, I was wondering what exactly her powers are, because like I saw in the trailer when she like uses her powers like make Wolverine, put his hands down. So I'm like, okay, so she has Magneto's powers where she can control metal, but then you also see her like like disintegrate Human Torch and like doing all sorts of other things. So I guess she can like manipulate matter or something.
Yeah, I guess so.
I guess one way to think about it is that she's basically if Xavier just was evil, like if Xavier just didn't care about humans.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, telepathic. Yeah, telepathic and telekinesis, all that type of stuff.
Right.
And just completely unhinged.
She didn't hesitate one bit to just be like, goodbye.
Yeah. Have a and then Eliath from Loki season 1 episode 5 comes back and they end up Wade and Wolverine end up leaving, and now they got to find those other people. That Ryan Reynolds appears as himself with that other Deadpool with the dog.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice Deadpool.
Yeah.
Basic Canadian.
Yeah. Or nice pool. Did they say that?
Yeah, that's
I think so.
What he's called.
Right. And of course, they eventually do find them. And like I already knew Jennifer Garner come back as Elektra from that Ben Affleck Daredevil movie. Okay, cool.
Right.
X-23 got that spoiled in this final trailer. Okay, sure.
Right.
Didn't expect to see Gambit in this.
Me neither.
They pulled Multiverse of Madness where people were like, hey, John Krasinski should play Mr. Fantastic. A lot of fans were like, Channing Tatum should play Gambit. There he is. There he is playing Gambit in this.
Huh.
The biggest surprise for me was Blade.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's like
Right,
we have that upcoming Blade movie with Mahershala Ali, so I thought, are they gonna bring back Wesley Snipes? That would be cool. But there he is. Yep.
He's like, ta-da!
Honestly, at this point, Ryan Reynolds can do everything and anything that exists.
Yep.
Like he has pulled probably the most random of things. Like he got Brad Pitt to play the Vanisher for
that's
3
true.
seconds.
Yeah.
Before he got electrocuted to death.
Yeah. And I also thought it was a little funny Blade's in there because also like he's technically not a Fox character. The Blade movies are made by New Line Cinema, but oh well, if you're gonna bring back all these other characters, might as well bring them back, I guess.
I mean, hey, what do you know?
Yeah, people have been wanting to see him again too. So, and what else? Of course, joking a lot about, is Magneto dead? Where's Magneto? He's dead. Hey, can we use his helmet? Oh, she destroyed that. A lot of that.
Yeah, there. Just a lot of just like, oh, we could really use this. Yeah, but it's gone. Type of jokes, which I thought those were the most hilarious jokes.
Yeah. And X-23 has that nice conversation with Logan where he sort of opens up to her and she like I'm the wrong guy. You were always the wrong guy until you weren't. That was a really cool line.
Right.
And then of course they get back to the place so they can go to Cassandra, get back to the Earth, get back to the TVA so they can fix everything. And really cool fight ensues, of course. Very, very fan servicey, but I mean that's Marvel for you.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, the fight scene where they're back at the void and everything was,
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
Yeah, I didn't hear anybody else in the theater react to Blade. He was like, some other lover is always like trying to upskate Ice Hill. Like that was a line he said in the first Blade movie. So I was kind of like, oh, cool.
calling back to one of his old, lines and everything.
Yeah, kind of like with something of a scientist myself.
Right.
Right.
And then of course, Cassandra looks into Logan's mind and sees all this, and that gives Wade the opportunity to put the Juggernaut helmet on her, and she opens up the portal to bring them back. I thought she was redeemed at first, but
Until she flips the switch, it's just like, I am going back to their universe, and I'm gonna use that so-called device of theirs and banish them.
And after Pyro tried to kill her too.
Right.
Then they get to the place. Cassandra has a whole thing where she's gonna eliminate the X-Men universe with that machine. Giant swarm of Deadpools come in.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is literally the Deadpool beyond the Deadverse or Poolverse. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like I got Spider-Verse vibes, seeing all these other like cowboy, lady, and like hooded Deadpool.
But it was a lot of fun just seeing these different variants.
Right.
Probably because it is Deadpool, especially the kids like I'll listen to you when you get that giant Wolverine out of your mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was also kind of funny seeing all of them fight each other, for only them to realize that these are the ones that regenerated, not the nice one.
Yeah, after like oh, you don't like how long does it take for you to regenerate? Like, oh shoot.
And then he tries performing CPR on him, but his head got blown off.
Yeah,
At least it's just blood gushing everywhere.
The second best joke was when Wolverine got out with the dog and Jammers was like, "Stop firing!" And it just let it pass.
Yeah, they were like, "Don't hit the dog."
He's part of our friend group.
Yeah, honestly,
You never hit the dog. John Wick taught us that much.
yeah. I think for me the maybe I was kind of weirdly wanting to see the X-Men Origins Deadpool version. I kind of wanted to see him come back. I never thought I'd say I wanted to see him again, but wouldn't it be funny if they killed him?
I think it would have been funny if like he just appears like, "Hey, I'm here," and then everyone just like, "Let's kill this guy."
It's like
Wait.
it's like then again. Now thinking back, I guess they already did that joke in Deadpool 2's credits, so I guess
Yeah.
that's fair enough.
There's no point.
And then Peter comes in, and they're all cool with him showing up. That was
Look, Peter.
yeah, that was funny.
I think that just shows how much Deadpool truly cherishes the guy,
Yeah,
which is really nice.
I just love the way they brought back Peter at all, like the way that they knew the fans loved him, so they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna put him in front."
Right.
We're keeping this guy.
Then of course
It was kind of funny though.
Oh, and Wolverine of course puts on the mask.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was pretty bad.
Like it's like finally,
It took us 20 years.
But we finally got it.
Yep, finally got there. Just
We got the correct size Wolverine, and the right costume, and the freaking mask.
which I literally didn't. I'm kind of surprised. I didn't expect the mask, but there it is.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't think I did.
I got then they of course go underground, and end up kind of have fake out like sacrifices. I mean, they both died at the end of their own movies, so I mean,
Right.
I kind of get it.
Kind of at least.
And then they both, of course, quote unquote, sacrifice themselves, save the universe, kill Cassandra, all that jazz, and then they come out. I kind of like the explanation they sort of came up with. Oh, they both have healing factor, so that's being used to bring this universe back. I'm like, huh, that's interesting.
Yeah, because even though that they are basically immortal, you would think that they wouldn't die from it, but
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess with the power of their combined regenerative abilities, they survived it.
Yep.
Also, I kind of find what was that one worker who kind of fantasized over, Wolverine and everything.
Like seeing his shirtless chest. Yeah.
Shirtless, rock hard abs and everything.
Yeah, but it's a shirtless Wolverine. It's just like how, like Ryan Reynolds, that one guy that every guy's like, I'm not gay, but it's Ryan Reynolds.
Right. And also his suit up scene was freaking hilarious.
Yeah.
The amount of times he got squeezed and
Slapped.
squeezed and slapped and his
It happens so
towards
many
his
times.
pelvic
Everyone's
region.
like, your Taylor's a pedophile. Your Taylor's a predator, but I like him.
Yeah.
It's just like, I wonder why. Totally forgot the squeeze and slap.
Yep. And then finally we get to the ending where of course they all live happily ever after. And what else? I mean, not too much to say there except Wade reconciles with Vanessa. Logan's gonna do his own thing, but that does get to meet all of Wade's friends and credits. Nice tribute to the Fox movies, and then the credits scene had the. I think that might be my favorite joke in the movie.
It is. Just like revealing that, he did say all that crap.
This is like, right, he did say all that.
It's like,
I think what's funnier is Michael. I don't think you heard me, Michael, and Amelia saying this, but like we were saying, like Chris Evans just looked at the script. He's like, I have to say all this, and then Ryan Reynolds was like, I have to repeat all that.
I saw somebody else in the theater too say, "Oh, Chris Evans, like he was Captain America." They had a whole thing, language, and now we sit here him cussing all over. Like,
it's just like, well,
like wow, what a potty mouth, dude.
You went from telling Iron Man off about it, and now you're just like, well, might as well just let myself be free.
Yeah.
He's like, I waited a decade for this. I got some things to say about you, Iron Man. First off.
Yep. So I guess that's the plot of the movie. All I can think of. Do you guys have anything else to add, or that's something I missed?
Not that I can think of. You pretty much nailed it.
Oh
yeah.
Compared to other times where we're just like, yeah, so you missed this, and this, and maybe one more thing.
I'm trying to think of something else.
Too good to think.
What was your favorite part about the movie?
Yeah, that's a good. Probably when they went back to the void and they all started fighting and everything. Like that little action sequence was kind of awesome.
Yeah.
And you could say the battle with all the Deadpools was kind of one of my favorite parts too.
Yeah.
Especially when they all get back up and start regenerating. It's just like, oh crap.
Yeah, they like go through the whole bus too.
Yeah. I feel like how like the samurai one still has like short arms. He greets Peter's like, "Oi, whoa."
Oh yeah, with his
arms. Little tiny arms.
Yeah.
His regrowing arms.
Yeah, overall, I guess I can say, yep, I really enjoyed this movie. And I mean, I'm somebody who doesn't think the MCU is going downhill like some people think. I'm just like, I think it's all right just the way it is, but this is definitely one of the better ones.
It's slowly but surely trying to go back in the right track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The definite flaw was they tried to plan for something that they clearly didn't communicate on.
What do you mean?
Multiverse.
Huh. I mean, I think the
I mean, they tried to have a multiverse saga, and then once they realized that the actor was the bad guy, they just scrapped the multiverse idea entirely.
I mean, the fact that Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom, I think implies they're still gonna do multiverse. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, that's a
I mean,
whole.
obviously they'll soon combine together and everything, but
Oh man, that's a whole other conversation. I guess we could just throw in this.
Yeah.
And I guess I'll.
He's the miracle.
I guess I'm just rambling now. I guess I'll finally ask. How would you rate? How would you guys rate it?
Uh,
hmm.
I would agree with you. Like No Way Home and Guardians 3 are definitely better, but it is up there. I will say it is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fairly good. I'd probably say most likely like I'm juggling between like an 8 or a 9 out of 10 with this one.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, I think I'm for now I'll go with an 8, but I'm thinking back cuz I rated Deadpool 2 a 9. I'm like, do I prefer this? I don't know.
Well,
Now I'm thinking
maybe I was
back.
find it weird that Cable didn't come back.
Yeah. Oh well.
Like you would think Cable would have something to say about Deadpool using his time machine.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah. But yeah. And now I'm trying to think back to the other two Deadpool films. Like, I think that I really like the first one. The second one I think is better. Now I'm trying to think. Do I like this better than the second one? I think I might. I'm not sure. But I'd have to think about it. I mean, what about you? Oh, Michael, since you like the first one better.
Yeah, I did say that I like the first one better, but they're both like good movies and everything.
Right.
It's just like for some reason the first one just made me laugh like God knows how much. Like I was in tears laughing. It was from the first one.
Yeah. So then comparing it to this newest one.
It was probably just definitely didn't have me in like tears or anything, but God, it had a couple of moments where I was just like, oh God.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, this all three of them are funny when you get down to it.
Yeah.
I also one thing I did just remember actually, is that when when Human Torch dies, Deadpool makes a remark about like, do we not have the budget to keep him in there for that long?
Yeah.
And that just reminded me of like, this is just the ongoing theme of how Deadpool's just always doesn't have that big of a budget.
Yeah. Because that first one I was like, it's funny I only see two of you here. It's almost like the studio couldn't afford another X-Man. Yeah.
Or just the fact that the entire ending fight scene of the first one was just like an excuse. Was just like we don't have the budget for this. We'll just
We're
use
just
swords.
gonna do this.
We'll just forget our guns in the cab.
Yeah.
And then the second was like, and it's always still you two in this house. Where are the other X-Men?
Yeah. And then you see the X-Men briefly in the background in that room.
Yeah. But it does feel like the budget definitely went higher.
Yeah.
For sure, at least in this one.
Clearly, Disney paid more than Fox.
Yep. Other than that, I can't think of anything else to talk about. Do you guys have anything else to add? I can't think of anything.
Not a thing.
Not in my head, no.
Finally, a good movie.
Yeah.
Out of Marvel. Another good movie, I should say.
Yeah. I mean, Guardians 3 was last year, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess that'll be all for now for this. I mean, people don't really watch my Seen It videos anyway, but I did post this on my community post, so they hopefully know about it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and subscribe to these two people too. I'll leave their channels in the description of my video, so I'll try to remember that. So
try to.
Yeah, if I don't remember, yes, you can punch me. Yeah.
Let's say you're gonna be editing this, so you'll probably be hearing it over and over and over again. So
yeah. So yeah,
You'll just see 10 messages appear like my channel, my channel, my channel, my channel, my channel, my channel.
Yep.
Like,
So,
link it.
yeah, so I think that'll be all for now. So, peace. You want to say bye too?
Yeah, nice knowing you.
That works.
Screw off.